Okay folks, here's a random video. I haven't been online here in a long time making videos, so I'll just do this just to get the ball rolling again. These are some new pens. No, not that one. These are 4 new pens that came via eBay, and I'll tell you what I think of them in a minute. But first, here's the Boston Safety pen that I use for drawing. It has waterproof carbon ink in it, and though I haven't used it in maybe a month, let's see if it still writes. Let's toss the cap off. So very carefully we have to push this up so we don't spill any ink, and there it goes. It still writes. So I'll have to give it an A+. Very carefully pull it down. So A+ for the Boston Safety pen. I think I can heartily, confidently recommend this to anyone that likes using permanent ink. And this is the ink I use, carbon ink, and it is platinum carbon ink. So let's talk about something. Here's another pen I recently got. So I don't fix these pens, but this has a piston, one of these things here, which is obviously broken, as you can tell. Well, even if you can't tell it's broken, it's broken. Needs to be fixed, and it has a lot of plating wear on it and everything. That doesn't bother me. It has a really nice prickly nib. Which you can't see because it's so fine. Slightly flexible if you press down. There's a little bit of give. So this is worth getting repaired, in my humble opinion, because it has this nice nib. I may have a cap that is in better shape than this one, and if so, then I'll have a nice pen. Right now it's a homely pen that doesn't work. Other homely pens, there's this one, banana shaped. It's been warped, as you can see, by either sitting in a hot display case in a flea market where it turned into a banana. And I was wondering, there's this intelligent designer person. I can't call him intelligent. There's a stupid intelligent designer person who stated that bananas were proof that God exists because of the beautiful design that they have that allows them to fit in the hand so perfectly, and that bananas have a little tab on them that you pull off so you can more easily eat them. Now it was pointed out to him that bananas that look like that we eat every day were hybridized by humans for generations and had nothing to do with evolution or design. I mean, it had to do with evolution, obviously, because they were hybridized. But I'm just thinking, if bananas, let's pretend for 1 second that bananas grew on trees back in the time and they were shaped like that. Why aren't apples shaped like that? When apples were shaped like that, wouldn't that be proof of peppers are shaped like that? Maybe we should eat peppers. They've got a tab on the top. Intelligent designers clearly are clueless, because there's flaws in everything out there that are obvious. Why don't coconuts look like that with an easy to pull off tab? No, you have to get out your sledgehammer to get those things open. Anyway, so this pen, I was wondering if this pen would actually fit in my hand ergonomically, just like that banana would. And I thought, well, maybe there might be a way to, a pen that's shaped like that would work well. It works nicely like this, but if I put the cap on, it disturbs me. Even though it doesn't feel any different, the fact that the cap is aiming at my eyeball just bothers me. But it's a pen that only a mother could love. A mother or Per Gustafson could love. So I put a sack in it, and I'm using it for the moment, and I'll use it for a while, and when I get a barrel that isn't bent, I'll transfer the section and nib to it. And when I get a nib that isn't all scratched up. But right now this is works perfectly fine. This Skyline I got recently, and it too works perfectly fine. I did put ink in it, but the ink was sort of dead, faded ink. So, but it's a nice, slightly flexible nib, good for drawing, I think, not so much for calligraphy. And Orca's fur is all over it for some reason. Let's see, these two Wahl Eversharp pens I recently got, and this one I had no idea what the nib was going to be like, and it was not shown with the cap off, so I wasn't sure what size it was, but I liked the name Billy, and so I bought it sort of for that. Crazy me. The cap, however, does have an issue. That little raised area there that you see and slight little cracks that you see is because it's slowly corroding from the inside. So this cap is on borrowed time, but its time may live happily without falling apart for another 50 years, who knows. Okay, come on. This nib was a little bit bent, and the nib was nice on it. The section, as you can see, has corrosion on it as well. See, so not only did the ink, dried ink, or wet ink, or whatever, corrode this gold. It's supposed to be gold all the way to the end, but it also corroded the cap. And it's not going to get any better. And yes, it will probably get worse, but I'm not worried about that because it's going to last as long as I'm lasting. Another 20 years or so, maybe. I don't know how much time is left for me on the big clock in the sky. But it has a nice number 4 nib that was bent, which I've repaired, and it's a good sketching pen. But I like Billy on it. I like the idea that this pen that was expensive at the time that it was purchased and engraved was engraved with the name Billy, not William or William Smith or whatever the last name is, but Billy. And there's something about that I find charming. Hold on one second while I look under the loop. Yes, Billy, period. That is engraved. That's not just a ding, but that little period after the Y is in fact engraved. So I even like that. Now, why is that period there? I don't quite know, but I like it. Just call me Billy. See, The person that owned this pen wanted to be called Billy. I'm informal. The guy next door. Just call me Billy. And leave it at that. Okay, done with this one. It does have, yes, I can tell, you can tell, it has a lot of wear there, and it has a lot of wear back here, so Billy did use this pen quite often. And now I get to use it. Billy. This one, JVC, has similar kind of wear in it. The gold plating is coming off certain areas, which would make collectors unhappy, but it too has some plier marks here up at the top, which bother some people, but it doesn't bother me, and it too has a really nice flexible nib. So both of these pens would be great for calligraphers. I mean, for drawers, not so much for calligraphy. Good for writing, general writing, but chances are they're probably going to stay in my collection for a while, just because I'm having fun with them. And probably Billy won't ever be able to be sold. Let me just see what I have. Yeah, I know I may have a cap that will improve Billy a bit. Okay, I think that's it. 11 minutes. Well, it's nice to be back, folks. See you later. Toodaloo.